7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See if it worked this time.
Yes, it did.
Ah, there we go.
Excellent.
See, the audio's now working
It's all
correctly.
good.
Now
Yes, sir.
when it switches to this one, your audio
Automatically pops.
pops on.
Perfect. Well,
Look at
welcome
that.
to season 5, Tipsy Toaster.
Cinque.
Yes, that's right.
Drake way. Oh, okay.
That's right. Welcome everybody to Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm your co-host, New York Pete, and on the other side, over this way, is of
Look at
course
that.
none other.
Put your head that way again.
There you go,
Oh.
like that. Is our technical director and other half of IFB, none other than the Tipsy Toaster, Chris Moore. He's our resident robot-based life form IL5. So let me thank you all for tuning into our sci-fi pop culture show. We have deep roots in the classic 70s and 80s TV shows and movies and comics culture of our youth. And we are big Battlestar Galactica 1978 fans. So welcome and let's dive right in.
So see everybody's on there.
Well, we got a bunch. Lola's and
Yeah.
Kim's and Erica's and James. Yeah, season 5, baby. And Bert Oliver Bomer's with us. Cool. Battlestar Bulletin Board is here. Let's see, Erica. Oh, Professor Eric Padden is here too. James McCoy, thank you for joining us live, everybody. And as I see you pop up here on the Facebook, I'm actually looking over the Facebook chat. So there you are.
I got the YouTube chat up. So call sign Dracon. That's Gary. Gary's on. Gary
Cool.
Hickman.
Oh,
Looks like
Gary. Oh, yes. We have
I don't
some,
see anybody
some
else
great
from YouTube on there, but that's our
Very
bulletin
cool.
board is. He's from Facebook too.
Yeah, he's on Facebook too. So thank you
Facebook,
guys. Thanks for
YouTube.
joining.
We were twitching, but some reason it stopped twitching today. I gotta fix that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know
Nobody
what's
ever
up with
watches us on
that,
Twitch
but
anyway.
all
Nobody
right.
ever
That's
watches on
okay.
Twitch anyways. But hey, maybe when
Maybe. You never know.
we talked about it, we may be streaming some gameplay eventually. Maybe we're gonna get
Yeah.
if once
That'd be cool.
the new game is supposed to have it's supposed to switch over the Funko.
Yes. Oh my God, the Funko with Battlestar
game is supposed
Galactica.
to have
Yeah.
dual player or multiplayer. So that's supposed to be coming soon. And when that comes, Pete says he's going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. It's a good
Oh, yeah.
Christmas present for us. So, and
For
then
sure.
we'll sit here and play online and BS with everybody at the same time. And that
yeah.
would be a perfect Twitch channel. Then we could Twitch over there. But
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you that would make a heck of a great
we
show.
would go across. But you know,
Oh yeah. Oh.
that's what mainly Twitchers do.
And yes, Lola, we're live, not AI.
No. We're all AI. Trust me.
No, we're
Yep.
not. No, we're
Yep.
not.
We're all AI.
Oh boy.
Hang on. We are
yeah.
not AI. We are fine. It's just good.
Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in live with us. We have a couple of updates. However, we also have Tiny Bean Tara has a great overview presentation of some of the stuff that's out there now that we want to get to as well. I just wanted to put the word out that the Tampa Bay Motion Picture Industry Professionals Indie Film Festival has actually reposted the IFB notification that we did our own fan film, Battlestar Galactica fan film, called The Stranded Warrior. We released a trailer and we released a movie poster. Thanks to Chris Marshall, thanks to Chuck Davenport, thank you to all the guys that have been working on everything, not only the trailer and the poster, but working to get the final film finished, which we're getting again inching closer. But
Little by little, bit by bit.
Bit by bit. But we are actually we are screening The trailer is officially screening at the Tampa Bay Motion Picture Festival that I just
All right. So
mentioned.
say that again. It's the Tampa Bay
Bay Motion Picture Industry Professionals
TB.
Indie Film Festival.
All right. That's TBII.
TBMPIPIFF. So yes, so they
Yes.
reposted our post over
I'm gonna have to
on
remember that.
yeah, you should because we're in it and we've not only have we been selected, our trailer, right? Stranded Warrior official trailer has been selected into the film festival and it's taking place as we speak and we're in competition to see what the final outcome will be. So in
That's at
some
the
film festivals,
TBIIFF,
yeah,
right?
that's right, that one.
And
In
that's
some film
located
festivals,
at Tampa Bay.
Tampa
We're
Bay,
at.
and
If we have fans in Tampa Bay that want to go, where would
yeah,
they
they
go?
want to go. You're more than welcome. We've posted all the details are on social media in IFB and on the Stranded Warrior
Page.
Facebook page. So if you're in the area, it's all
And
posted. We
when
have
is it? What day is it?
it's happening as we speak, but I can look this up since I have my phone handy. And so anybody in the area is more than welcome to go down there and check it out. It would be really, really cool. And so it's going on. The other local is the Triborough Film Festival in New York City, which is in
That
January. So
TBFF?
yes, the Tampa Bay
Is Triborough one
Tam-
word or two words?
Triborough one word
Okay, so
film
it's
festival.
TFF.
Yes, that's right. You're hooked on the yes, you
We're
are.
doing
So
acronyms tonight. Everybody needs an acronym. Pete needs an
everybody, give them
acronym.
out. Give them out to
Everyone
everybody.
gets an acronym tonight.
Yes. Well, so it's um it's in Oldsmar, Florida. I don't know where that is. I
All
think it's
right,
near
now I'm
Tampa.
gonna have to look that up.
If you're near,
Oldsmar,
you want a trailer,
OLDS,
check comments for details.
OLDS,
Yeah,
MAR.
it's
What a name,
it's
Oldsmar.
as a matter
Sounds
of fact,
old.
it's today.
Huh?
It's today.
Like today or tonight? It's already been done, or
Tonight at 9:30. So if you have a choice between watching the show or going to the film festival, go to the film
jump
festival.
in the
We
car.
excuse you tonight. You can always watch us in rerun. Tonight at 9:30 at the Holiday Inn Express in Oldsmar, Florida. It's on 3990 Tampa Road, Oldsmar, Florida, 34677. They're screening the trailer for the Stranded Warrior at 9:30 p.m. And once the trailer is screened, we will then be told, um, what our status is beyond the screening. But I'm
Hmm,
also very happy to tell everyone that we have actually won for Best Poster art competition in the Afterlife Film Festival. We won Best Poster,
that's
so
new, isn't
Best
it?
Movie Poster. So that
When
is,
did we find that out? Today?
we found that out, I believe it was yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
Yesterday, yeah. So it is posted, actually 2 days ago. So, and that was in Spain. So internationally, so our poster, the official Stranded Warrior poster, has gotten two honorable mentions. One was from Athens, Greece. One was in Italy, and the other one we won. The other festival we entered the movie poster in is called Afterlife. And not only do they do film, but they also do movie posters.
That's
And
cool.
we actually won. We won that. So thank you to Chris Marshall. I
More great things
created.
coming from Chris soon because he's
Uh,
working on the Stranded
I hope
Warriors as
so.
well.
Yes, I created this concept. I pitched it to Chris Marshall, and he actually designed the poster. Right. So just out of some thoughts, I emailed him, some ideas on where and how, and in the right and in the left, and from that, he actually created an internationally award-winning movie poster. Thank you very much. And that's a win for all of us. All of us that are involved, all you
Oh
fans
yeah.
that are out there that supported this, and all you fans that love Battlestar, and everybody here and
Even if
everybody out there.
you didn't give money or you didn't do anything like that, you're still a fan.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
fans feel the fleet. The fans, you inspire us. So you've done
So
something whether you know it or not. So, but anyways, we will do our. Oh, we got Tiny Bean on too. Hang on.
yes,
Tiny
bring
Bean's
Tiny Bean
there.
up.
I don't know if her audio's on. Hang on. I don't think I fixed hers.
Okay,
Now we got it. All right, Tiny Bean.
Hello.
There we go.
perfect.
So now we're
Hey,
set.
Hey,
here we
yes,
are. Hey, guys.
Ready for a cheer?
yes.
Woohoo! Fans feel the fleet,
All right,
guys.
everybody. We appreciate that you're here. We hope
Yep.
to see you again next Thursday. Don't leave. We're not leaving. We're not done already. We hope to see you next Thursday because we're here every Thursday for about
Cool.
2 hours. And once again, it's so important that we remember each other and so important to remember the fans. So here's
Yes.
to the fans because the fans fuel the fleet.
Fuel the fleet.
Hmm.
Yep. So that's how that plays,
Pumpkin
guys.
spice
Thank you.
tonight.
Oh, good for
I
you.
forgot to bring the
Very nice.
package though.
Oh, yes, the package. Well, here's the QR code for
You got the QR
Munchies.
code?
So
Hang on.
I got
Let's
the
get the
QR
QR
code.
code up.
There you go. QR
There,
code.
QR code
You
for
scan
any
that.
great coffee. And
Yep, Merlin's Munchies.
Merlin's Munchies. We
If
get a
you
small
use this
stipend
QR
if you buy
code.
any. And you get some
we-
good coffee. I'm telling you, this is really good.
So there, use this QR code, and we get a little bit to us, comes back to us,
Yep.
and we use that for our operating expenses. So
And
that's
their
the
coffee
Merlin's
goes
Munchies.
great with I don't know, all sorts of good stuff like Captain Morgan's private
Oh
stock.
boy. Oh my God.
Mm,
Here we
there we
go.
go. There we
Okay,
go.
before you drink too much of that, can you actually put on Tiny Bean before you lose yourself?
Mm.
You need
Ooh.
to check yourself before
Ooh.
you lose yourself.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Who would have
Oh.
thought pumpkin spice and rum does well?
Oh my God. George Giacomis in the house.
Oh,
Thanks for
this is
stopping in,
good.
George.
Oh,
And
oh,
Karen,
wow.
thank you for joining us. And
That's really good.
Susan, thank you for joining us.
Mm.
Mojo McCoy from Call Sign Generator as Colonial Pilot. Yay, yes, James, thanks, man. Also, there are a lot of you that are going to watch this later on. Thank you for watching and rerun. R.D. Moreno, who is an author who we've interviewed, thank you for joining us. As a matter of fact,
Rose, stand by.
we want to see we get a quick update. I'm gonna have him on the show just to see what the deal is. But all right, Tiny Bean, I guess it's all you. I wanna talk a little bit about some of your stuff that you have.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff going on, guys. So let me jump into this, man. So exciting, guys. So hello, IFB. Great to be back. Welcome to Tiny Bean's Corner, where we discuss new, old, and otherwise interesting things for the fleet's viewing pleasure. So much to talk about tonight. So let's dive in. First up, exciting spring news to share. Release info and teaser trailers dropped on two returning favorites and a streaming date right around the corner for one of our favorite movies of 2024. Let's start with Star Wars Andor, the
Yeah.
much awaited
Yes.
season 2. I can't wait,
Yes.
guys. It is officially going to blast off on April 22nd on the Disney Channel. Diego Luna is back in the title role, a spin-off to Rogue One, and returning actors such as Stellan Skarsgård and Alan Tudyk as the voice of the droid. And adding to the series, franchise actors Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa
Ooh.
and Ian Diarmid's Emperor Palpatine will be joining us.
Whoa.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, right? Isn't that
Woo.
awesome? So, listen, the first season was great. Teaser trailer is delightful. Hoping they continue the trend. So, looking forward to that one in April. And The Last of Us finally has a teaser trailer for season 2, with HBO narrowing the release date to spring. So, that's a step in the right direction, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Didn't say what year, it just said spring.
Spring. Okay. So check out the teaser trailer. It's excellent. Season 1 was one of the best reviewed series when it was on the air, and the same team is back. So that is a good indication that we will be in for another stellar season. Other details are being held tightly, but I'm okay with that. I am just counting the minutes. So, right around the corner, though, guys, Alien Romulus is finally coming to streaming. Hulu, November 22nd. So if
Ah,
you did not get a chance to see this one in the theaters, you can finally see it at home.
I'll be going to
I, for
Hulu.
one, I cannot wait to check this out again and to look for the more franchise Easter eggs because there are so many. Now, there is new stuff hitting soon too. I am keeping my eye on Dune Prophecy. It is a six episode series. It starts this Sunday on HBO Max. Now, always good to expand the Dune universe because there is so much material to choose from. And this one will take us back 10,000 years before Paul Atreides was even born, diving into the origins of the Bene Gesserit and the rise and fall of other houses in the Dune universe. Starring Emily Watson, Mark Strong, and Olivia Williams, it is a powerful cast. Early reviews, very strong, respectable Rotten Tomatoes scores, all the good things. So be sure to check this one out, guys. Now, Thanksgiving is right around the corner in the US, and that usually means family time for most of us. I like to make a family film recommendation this time of year so you have something to watch that everyone can enjoy. And this season, we have a big one. Check out Wicked, hitting theaters November 22nd. Broadway fans will, of course, remember it as one of the biggest hits on the Great White Way of the 20th century, for good reason. Based on the popular novel by Gregory Maguire, it provides an incredible backstory full of twists to many of the beloved characters of The Wizard of Oz. And who doesn't love The Wizard of Oz? So, filled with fantastic music as well. The images from the film are absolutely stunning. It is going to be mind blowing on the big screen, especially for any little ones you might have to entertain. Starring Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, Michelle Yeoh, and Jeff Goldblum. There is also no shortage of star power here. Early buzz is quite strong. This is one we're going to be talking about for years. So check out the trailer if you need convincing. And that is my highly recommended November family pick. In reviews this week in the corner, I'd like to talk about two series that I am absolutely loving and that are surprisingly similar: Tulsa King
Hell
and
yeah.
The Penguin. Yes, both amazing. So let's start with Tulsa King season two. Stallone's Dwight Manfredi, aka the General, is back, and boy, is he better than ever. Consolidating his empire in Tulsa and making strong alliances and even stronger enemies, this season is just as good as season one, and maybe even stronger. The side characters are getting fleshed out even more. Max Casella as Armand, one of Dwight's kind of loose cannon comrades, is just stellar here, playing a very well-rounded and conflicted character. And it took me all of this time to place him as Doogie Howser's friend on that show from way back.
Oh, wow.
What?
I mean, I just went, what? And I think I forgot to send you guys that picture, but yeah, he's Doogie Howser's friend.
Oh,
Huh.
wow.
And he was also played a key role in the movie Ed Wood. If you remember Ed
Hmm.
Wood, Johnny Depp, Oscar nominated,
Oh,
is in
wow.
that as well. So this guy, he has been around. And let's talk about the rest of the supporting cast. Dana Delaney as the love interest, who may be hiding more than we know, is wonderful. She's also in one of my all-time favorite
Typical
movies.
ATF agent.
Oh, wonder. I'm like, something going on there. But anyway, she was also
And we're frozen.
so yeah. Um, oh, Am I
Nope.
moving again?
Yeah,
You're good,
keep
Vinay.
going.
You're good.
Okay, so Jay Will as Tyson the driver has a huge character arc this season, and he is terrific. Neil McDonough as the evil Cal is the one you love to hate. And I still think of him as the guy from Minority Report. Like, even after his scene stealing run on Justified, he's still the guy from Minority Report. But anyway, Dominic Lombardozzi, pitch perfect as Chicky, the New York mob boss, as is Annabella Sciorra as Dwight's sister. It's just a spectacular cast, guys. It is
Oh
one of the
yeah.
strongest ensembles like I've ever seen. I mean, everybody that comes on the screen, you're like, oh my gosh, it's that guy. Oh, he's great. And it just keeps building from there. The Sunday night is season finale on Paramount Plus, and I will be so bummed to see it end. But
Mm-hmm.
if you were looking for a strong mob drama, guys, I highly encourage you to start here. Go back, binge the first season, then binge the second season. Guaranteed you will enjoy it. Now, next up, this one was a surprise to me. I have just binged the first 5 of 6 episodes of HBO Max's The Penguin, starring Colin Farrell. And let me tell you, this is one of the best series of the year, guys. Hands
Oh,
down. I'm as astonished as you are. And now, I don't often reach for comic book superhero shows as my first viewing choice, but this is not that. It's essentially another mob drama, not unlike Tulsa King. It just happens to be set in Gotham City.
Huh.
Colin Farrell is completely unrecognizable as Oz Cobb, a soulless, unhinged, and deformed gangster who lies, cheats, and kills with impunity. But also not unlike Tulsa King, it has a superb ensemble cast. With all of the characters fully realized, there is not a wasted spot here. With a cast that includes Clancy Brown, Theo
whoa.
Rossi, Michael Kelly, Mark Strong, the impeccable Kristen Melody as Sophia Falcone, and Renzi Faze as young Victor, there is simply not a flaw that I can spot. Don't believe me? Well, the other reviews are off the chart as well. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.8 on IMDb. Do yourself a favor, guys. Watch this one. Even if you're not a Batman Universe fan, trust me, it does not matter. This is very well crafted filmmaking, solid storytelling, and a flawless ensemble cast. I'm only sorry that it's only 6 episodes. So I hope there's more to come. And if there is, you can count me 100% in. And that is all for the corner tonight. Back to you, Pete.
So
Well, thank you.
Wicked is a great musical. It's one of
Oh,
the few musicals I've ever been to.
really?
Yep.
Saw it in, yep,
That
I
Oh,
saw it on Broadway too.
yeah,
fantastic.
that one and Spam-A-Lot. So
Ah, smell delightful. But Wicked, I mean, if you need something that's gonna pull and delight your entire family, there
yes,
you go.
but there's been some controversy. They pulled some stuff from shelves. Have you seen that? Because they
Yeah.
put wicked.com, and needless to say,
Oh,
wicked.com is not a site that is safe for work or young kids, evidently.
that's
Not
right.
that I've
Family
Yes,
checked
it's
it
an
out.
friendly.
adult,
Yeah.
yes, an adult
So
site.
yeah,
So
that was
somebody got fired, I hope, for
yeah,
that.
somebody really oops.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoopsie.
Oops. This is
Yeah.
this isn't the show I watched.
No, no, no,
What are
no,
they
no.
doing?
So
That's a witch, but that's not. Oh.
Whoa.
that's not the right one. That's messed up. Yes, it was really, really good. And Professor Patton says, of course, remember the Wizard of Oz connection to Galactica, Ray Bolger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So the Penguin, we have a direct connection because the Tower Protocol Resurrection, the other movie that we have produced, and is in post-production, very close to be completing. Um, which you are in, of course, Tiny Bean Tara.
Yeah.
We have another actor that was in the Tower Protocol, Manoli Ioannidis,
Yes.
and he plays a minor character in the Penguin series.
Stop.
Yes,
I
yes, yes,
I
yes.
think I know who. I think I might have noticed because everybody that comes on screen in that, you're like, oh, I know that person. Oh, I know that person. So that's probably
Yes. So,
amazing. Oh,
yeah,
good for
totally.
him. He's
Yeah.
wonderful.
He is. So that was just great. Good shout out to Manoli. Thank you. He'll be coming on the show, so we're going to be doing an interview with him sometime soon. So that's good. I also
Wonderful.
wanted to quickly acknowledge before I bring up some shows. Tiny Bean is Mediocre Modeler is with us. Thank you so much for standing in for me. You guys rocked it. Had a great guest on. Thank you so much. But in terms of shows. I finished watching Rings of Power.
Oh, okay.
Phenomenal. I really
Very
enjoyed it. Very
wonderful.
good.
Really wonderful.
And Agatha All Along.
Oh,
I
no,
haven't
I
seen
hadn't
it.
touched
Yeah.
that one yet. So, okay.
I started
Yep.
watching some of that, and I guess because I didn't watch the show that connected to that one.
You are so linear. You need to watch all of it, and then it's good. It's worth watching all of it. Go
Yeah,
watch
but you
the
got to
whole
go
thing.
back and watch the other show that was in black and white. And
It's good.
is the
It's
connection
really
there?
good.
I forget the name of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I started
Yeah.
watching some of it. I was like, eh. It was like set in the 50s. Oh, come on, somebody knows what I'm talking about, right? It's
It was
connected.
it was very good,
Yeah.
and you will enjoy it, especially if you
Mm,
do that and then jump on to the Agatha All Along. You will enjoy it. So
mm.
I
Hmm.
just wanted to bring that up. I
Oh,
I've
also
been.
heard that
Go ahead.
there's a couple of other things going on that you've also mentioned, but we'll circle back when you come back, and then I will keep catching up, or maybe jumping into
WandaVision.
other
Thank you.
things. But
Yeah.
what is it? We
oh,
got it?
fun.
WandaVision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
Got it,
WandaVision, of course,
WandaVision.
there it is.
Erica did it too. Yeah. Erica did it too. I can
Yes.
remember that one. I started watching
And
some of that, and it just kind of was weird.
yeah. No, it's good. It's good stuff. But
Not
yeah,
as bad as
cool.
Waste of Time, but it was weird.
No, 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 no.
He'll
The
never
other
let us
one,
live that
No.
down.
no, yeah, you won't. But
Well,
there's
you didn't ask for my recommendation for family viewing for the for holiday,
Hmm.
which is
which is, it is none other but Velocipaster,
Velocipaster,
Man
come
of the
on.
Claw.
Stop it.
Very great family movie. You need to watch that one together. Yes, definitely.
you
Aw.
don't need to watch WandaVision to watch Agatha, but Tipsy is he's very linear. I
Yes.
thought you were going to bring this up for holiday watching.
Oh, that
Ooh.
Galactica 1980.
Mhm.
I had to jump
Oh,
on that, trying to get all my autographs from the set, and so I just got this one as a my most recent acquisition. Of course, I
very
will
cool.
not be able to get any of the real big ones, the Count Ibley, Patrick McNee, and some of the and Jane Seymour, and of
$500
course,
for Patrick McNee.
yeah, and
Oh,
I
amazing.
mean some of them. So the cards themselves, the autograph cards are like just Richard Hatch, Dirk
Mm.
Benedict are off the chart. So
Yeah.
but
Wow.
anyway,
As they
great.
should be, but still,
Yes,
it's
exactly.
wild.
Yeah.
I've been
But
watching a good show, Lioness.
Oh,
that's
that
the
is
one I want to
very
watch.
good.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
good.
yes, very,
Amazing.
very good show.
I
Mm-hmm.
binge watched season 1, and then we just finished the last published episode. Another one's coming out again. I
Mm-hmm.
love it when they just stuck them all out there so I can binge watch them all. But no, now I got to wait a week or whatever else. Same thing with
Yeah,
Or a year,
yeah, a week for
depending
the
on
next
what it is.
episode. Yeah, and then
Oh, man.
also NCIS Origins.
Oh,
Ooh.
please. I
It's
can't believe you
good.
watched that. Yeah.
It's good. I like
There's
it.
some good
I'm not a huge NCIS fan,
oh,
but that one is fun. It's good. I like it a lot.
okay.
NCIS Origins.
Oh,
All right. Agatha's good.
George
Nice
says he loves
ending.
that
That's
show.
our
I'm
job.
glad George loves Velocipaster. That's awesome. I see there's more people out there that
I can
loves
tell you that
Velocipaster. Yes.
Oh,
George
amazing.
used to watch some really good barbarian movies, and he's
Mm,
got a list of like gore and all kinds of great ones.
Velocipaster. There you go.
Krull and other good movies that he's yeah,
I
I
say
got
classics.
Velocipaster 10 more times during the broadcast, we get a free toaster.
no, you don't. No, you do not. No, no, you do not.
Velocipaster. And anyways,
Oh, well,
Amazing.
thank you very much, Tiny Bean.
Yeah.
I was hoping that Baz was going to jump on. I didn't see Baz, but you did get a bunch of hellos from Erica's and
My friend.
RD and Kim and Lola's and everybody else. I heard Bavarian.
Bavarian.
Did you, Bert? No, I Barbarian. But then
It's
again,
the New
I
York
mean, yeah,
accent.
yes. See, that's you
Love
gotta
it.
love it. So
Amazing.
yes, Tiny Bean, thank you for doing your spot, your segment. We
Oh,
love it. Everybody else loves it as well, the fans. And so looking forward to having you come back again. And
yes.
congratulations to all of us for winning all of our accolades for the Stranded Warrior. For now, the trailer and the poster that you're in it. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you. I'm so excited, guys. It's amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Bravo. All
Take
right,
care.
guys. Yeah.
Take care.
Take care. Take care. Take care. Thank you, Tiny Bean, for hooking us up with that and taking the time out to do your segment. We love it. And so do the fans. Everybody else in our village, our IFB village, everybody loves it. So we have a guest that'll be coming on. We also have John One. John One will be bookending our show today, and he's got his segment. He'll be coming
Oh, excuse
on,
me.
bringing up some really cool stuff. I've gotten to see his presentation, and he's got some really cool things as well. Looking forward to that. I also wanted to shout out to Bert Oliver Bulmer, award-winning sci-fi author that has a new segment here on IFB. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Bert, for coming on and doing that. And we look forward to all of your segments because you'll be coming on pretty much regularly. I think every 2 weeks or so. So thank you for doing the your thing. I was listening. I caught it live. I was on the road driving from afar, and even just as a audio, it was really, really cool. So that the blend of your history take on Battlestar Galactica,
Yeah, it was fun.
phenomenal, very
That was
much,
fun. That
highly
was really
enjoyed.
fun.
Yes.
And of course the fuel thing is popular in a lot of things, but in the original
Oh
book,
yeah.
what I mentioned during the show, Bert was mentioning that fuel is one of the bigger pushes for everybody. Beans and what is it? Beans and rice or beans and horses? What's the army run on?
Hey man,
It's
let's
the
not get
army
into
thing. You would
don't
know
I
the army thing,
don't
right?
I don't want to get
Beans
into this
and
with you because you're
army
gonna go with
beans
the
and
whole
something.
Navy thing and it's just
We
gonna
just run on
be
alcohol. But anyways, army runs on beans and beer, beans and I don't know.
I am not gonna give you the
Anyways,
pleasantries.
oh well, somebody else will help me out, I'm sure. But yeah, but yeah. So
Ah,
inside the original book, and if you ever get a chance to read the book, if you haven't read it in a while, read it. I read it as a kid, and then we reread it again on air, and we went chapter by chapter and compared the different. There's a couple of different volumes of the book as well. Uh, a very early production of it actually has some cuss words in it, and the other one does not. It's hard to find the other one, but anyways, we did it like that. And one of the things was what brought them to the peace conference was lack of resources, lack of gas
yep,
and
yep,
thallium in that case. So,
yeah.
and that's a theme throughout the show in regards to we need gas to keep going. So I don't really mean speak German. I just was joking.
Beans and bullets. That's
Beans
what
and
you're talking
bullets. There you
about.
go.
Yeah, beans and bullets.
It,
So, we have a bunch of stuff going on though, and we have a scheduled guest that should be joining us shortly, and we look forward to know there is a big no, but that's okay because we have unfortunately haven't heard anything from the Topps 1978 Battlestar Galactica cards, the original 1978 BSG cards.
What the hell's on
We
the
are
front
still
cover of that one?
searching.
It's the top right one.
We're still searching for
What's that top right? Oh,
what
back
top
it up.
right? What? This?
On that, what's the picture on the top right? Looks like a deadly mouse.
Horror Monsters.
Yeah, but what is that? What is,
1961 set of cards, man. Not a whisper of bad breath. That's what it says, number 143.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool looking.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is
I wonder
cool.
if
It's
color or not.
special for it specializes in non-sports cards, and it's just really cool.
When's the next
And then
non-sports
sometimes
card
they'll
show,
jump
too?
into some of the more modern cards. Of course it's been out since 1978. I kind of stumbled on it a couple years ago, then I went back and then I found that great article on the unpublished second season 1978 Battlestar Galactica cards. I thought it was really cool. However,
we missed it.
we do have our guest, and
He's back. Okay.
yeah, Eric Peterson's here, comic book writer living out of Dusty Mountains somewhere in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't even Awatuki, I guess. You'll correct me when we come
Spell
on.
that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I could try because I'm looking at his bio on Amazon, but that's beside the point. So we have a couple of things in common, and we're going to bring those up when he comes on in terms of studying film. And so I want to pick his brain a little bit about that. I know he's talked about it in other interviews, and I just thought it would be kind of cool to see if his opinion has changed about going to film school and things like that. But we also going to talk about Space Bastards, and it's a pretty big to do. And we're gonna I don't know, Tipsy, do you have the web page and stuff? So we'll bring that up.
Yeah, we got that. Yep, we'll get that.
All right, very cool. So I think we are ready. There's another couple of other things I'm gonna ask him about in terms of making films and stuff, which he's done, and they're out there somewhere floating around. And so I'm gonna
Hang on,
ask
he's
him.
chugging a Diet Coke. We got to get ready. All right, I think he's ready now. I gotta make sure the audio's on. Give me a second.
All right, cool. Eric, how are you? Welcome
good.
to IFB, man.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. How are you?
Good, doing well. Cheers to you and the fans.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
And can you hear me okay? I know I'm joining here. Are we already live?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
All right, cool.
Absolutely. There might be like a couple of second delay before it hits the but we don't do too much of the beeping, so that it's on the honor system.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, showing off there, Tipsy. So Eric, thank you. Stop. What's the matter with you? Oh my God. Thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate you and the work that you've been doing. I know that Space Bastards has a tremendous following. You've done very, very well. You've conquered the Kickstarter. I mean, you started this a few years ago, and it hasn't been. I would imagine that it wasn't a perfect run, and you guys had to work hard at it. You have quite the background, so let's just dive in. Tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are at, man. How did it happen?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for all the kind words. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess you put it pretty well. I don't know. The way Joe and I, my co-writer and my partner, the way we always word it is that we're really thick-headed, and so it's kind of like what we started making Space Bastard stuff. God, I think like over 15 years ago now, and it started as a series of films. And I came from, like you had mentioned, I came from kind of a TV and film background initially before I got into comics, which was even farther back before Space Bastards. But I think the through line with Space Bastards has always been like, well, that kind of worked. okay, let's try, something else. And like, we're constantly, I think, learning how to do stuff that we have no business doing. So yeah, it's been
Well, that's
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
So Eric, what being that it's kind of in the past, but it's still a part of life, the actual, experience of film school. I'm finishing up film school at one of the local community colleges here in New York City,
Which one?
and LaGuardia.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I started taking classes back at School of Visual Arts 20 years ago, and I was in one of the last classes to use 16 millimeter. And then I was doing projects on the side, and then 20 years later, I realized if I'm going to start doing, any kind of real movie projects, I gotta, that digital jump, I gotta get back into it. And so I did. And I've met a lot of people along the way that say, man, I don't know if, investing the time and effort and the money to go to school is the thing, or to actually just start PAing on films. A lot of younger people, but, if now looking back, how do you see it?
I guess I'll do it. There's like two questions, right? Like the whole film versus digital thing, because that's its own journey, and then also too, if but just about film school in general. I, like yourself, I went to a community college for film, then I also went to ASU, but by that point, I was kind of already starting my actual working film career. So, but I had the fortune of going to one of the few, I won't even say community colleges, but like one of the few vocational film schools. So, like yourself, we shot on 16 millimeter, and not only that, but they would have all their students shoot on 16 millimeter like 4 weeks in. So it was really super vocational. I ended up buying a Scoopik, I think, by the time I graduated, and I still have it. I need to replace the battery and stuff, but I still, like, for years afterwards, I would run what do they call them, the tail ends or whatever. Like, I would just run like exposed film through it just to like hear the sound and
Oh,
all that.
wow.
I just love it. So like, I love film, but most of my career has all been digital, and not only that, but I would say like kind of the evolution of digital from the mini DV hand camcorders
yeah.
up to like now I shoot with like a Blackmagic, and I shoot on 6K, and like I run it through DaVinci, and then I edit it in Avid or LumaFusion, and like so I've kind of seen the evolution of all that stuff. To answer your question, like I wouldn't knock film school at all. I think some schools are more about theory than others, and I think that's good. But I would almost value the vocational hands-on training and being on a set and like managing a set and managing people and all that stuff almost more, I think, than the film theory. But the film theory, it's kind of like, I don't know, everybody needs that too. So I don't know. Yeah. So no, I think school's valuable for all of that. If I was measuring that against going and being a PA and working, I don't know. I mean, they both give you training, and they both give you hands-on stuff,
As a matter of fact, I got to some of my fellow students. I actually met a couple that they were, they were trying to balance out in their minds like what really, what they should be doing. And it was, I mean, now for me going back to school after, so many years, I felt that it was helpful. It has a place. And knowing some of the theory, and then, learning how to do certain things, um, I don't know. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I definitely found that for me, networking, Eric, was a big deal.
Yeah,
Right,
for
going to
sure.
film school and networking, and then being able to work on other people's features, and then getting a call from a friend, like a year or two later, saying, "Hey, I'm actually working on a feature, and I could use the help. Can you come on and help?" And that kind of thing. So there's something to be said when you meet those fellows that are hungry. But
It's
uh,
it's actually. I mean, I would go. I'm totally with you. I think that that's actually like even more important. I don't know if you have a way to get all three of them done,
yeah,
do it. Because it's like I I imagine starting at community college. I went to Scottsdale Community College. Bill Hader went there as well. There's a few notorious people that kind of went through that vocational school. And then I imagined going on to ASU and getting a BA and all that. But I was picked up before I could get that. I was already working full time on a show, and not in LA, like in Arizona. And I think the only reason I was able to do that was because I just so happened around like 17 years old. I graduated high school early, so I was like at SEC early. But I was at that community college and I was networking a lot. And I met the guys who I ended up doing work for that would eventually give me that job, you know? And then that job working on a weekly TV show every week was kind of what informed, you know, the rest of my education. So yeah,
that's the magic. That's
I agree
the key,
completely
like you said. But now, so following it, right, linearly, you know, you did that. And then at some point you ended up, I mean, you must have always been into writing, but writing is not the same as a comic book or a graphic novel. So how do you transition, you know, from one into the other? How does that work?
I'll give credit where credit's due. I had the fortunate, my last like year and a half in high school, I was a pretty lonely dude, which is why I graduated early. I was like, well, there's nothing for me here. I just want to like go make films. And I had the fortune of making really, really great friendship with a guy who was studying to become an animator and also a comic book fan and an artist in his own right. And his name's Charlie. He makes board games now, but Charlie Bink, if you want to look him up, he's awesome. And basically, like, I was kind of in this sort of, I mean, I was just like, we were going out to Denny's every night. We would like stay up all night writing or working on our crafts in high school, which is kind of weird, but I would tell everybody to, if you know what you want to do, like do that. You know, if you can get away with 4 hours of sleep and still get passing grades your final year of high school, like start working on your craft, buy books, use the internet, and just start working. But anyways, like we would go do that. And so inevitably I had him to kind of be like, well, Eric, you love writing and he loves writing too. But I'm a way worse artist than I'm a writer, and he's a phenomenal artist. So let's start making stuff. And so it was pretty natural during my like those formative years to just start making comic books. And so the whole time while I was going to school for screenwriting and filmmaking, I was already in the same kind of way, just like loosely, with have no idea of formatting, no idea of comic production, kind of learning it on my own. And so simultaneously, I think kind of doing those two things. And then eventually it was like, I had kind of a moderately successful independent comic in my 20s called Jesus Christ in the Name of the Gun. And then when Joe and I kind of realized like we can't really afford to make more Space Bastards movies the way that we want to make them. They're always coming in like under, you know, our vision budgetarily. What about comics? Because by then I'd kind of really sort of become confident with the production process. And so we did that. We did kind of our first prototype of Space Bastards with an artist who worked with me on the Jesus book named Gabbo. And then we kind of hit a thing where we were like, you know, if we could hire anybody to like be a co-creator with us on this and develop the visual look of the universe and give them that creative control, who would it be and who would you trust and all that. And by then I had made a pretty good friendship with Derek Robertson. And I was a huge fan of Transmetropolitan, and Space Bastards has kind of like a gonzo sort of energy to it. And so that was a logical progression. So we got in talks about that. And luckily it all, you know, it headed positively in that direction, and it turned into the Space Bastards that everybody knows today.
What was your experience with Kickstarter? Because I know you guys used that at some point.
I had done like micro Kickstarters before. I had done things to just kind of test the waters, and then like I didn't care if it succeeded or failed. I just wanted to learn the platform and all of that. So we had that going for us. Yeah, and I think by then we kind of had help. We had good like PR and marketing people around us, David Hyde being one of them. And yeah, so I think we kind of went into the Space Bastards Kickstarter with kind of a solid foundation of like what not to do, okay, and how to tackle it. And yeah, I think that was kind of what was responsible for its success.
So if you had to say, if you were to come up with a pro tip on an approach for Kickstarter for the fans, what would you say is something that you do advise?
It's hard. It's been years since I've used Kickstarter now. So, and I can tell you when I did use it, there was a certain level of cynicism that permeated the air, not because of us, but because of Kickstarter, other projects in general. So anything you can do to bolster people's faith that you'll come through is good. So in our case, again, we're really stupid. We do dumb things. And so for us, we were like, hey, what if we wait until literally it's done? Like, what if we don't launch the Kickstarter until it's created and ready to go? And literally it's like when the thing is finished, it ships, you know?
Wow.
And so, sorry, doggies. But but that was kind of the thing, was this idea of like, okay, well, what if like we could talk about that through the whole Kickstarter? We can tell people that like this isn't like a prototype. We're not pitching you a project that like if you fund us, we're gonna go off and make it. Here, like I'm holding it. Here it is. And I think that also goes a long way too. But not everybody can do that. You know what I mean? But I think we tried to have the spirit of like looking at that cynicism or people thinking like this isn't gonna come to fruition or whatever, and being like, well, yeah, it already is. So do you want one or not? You know? So
Wow.
and that is a little bit different too. So in that way, we used Kickstarter more as a way of like, as a sales mechanism as opposed to a funding mechanism. So we cheated, is what I'm saying. So I don't know if I would advise everybody to do that. You know?
But it's just another way of approaching it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Definitely cool.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was a PR mechanism more than anything else. You know,
It obviously worked. Whatever you could say, it definitely worked. So going back to Space Bastards, there's 4 volumes of all the stories on your website now. So I mean, it's been around for a bit, and there's a quote that I found out there that's pretty cool. It says, "Like the boys, but in Futurama." So
oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think I've heard that. That's awesome.
So can you tell us a little bit more about, how you guys created the story, and I know that it definitely went through some changes.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that for us?
Yeah, I think the big thing for it was when I was doing movies in my 20s, it was always about like, how do I, like I want to do more smuggler stories or more stories about like Han Solo types or Boba Fett types or whatever, you know what I mean? And so the Joe helped with the development of the Intergalactic Postal Service. I had the characters working for the Postal Service, but that whole mechanism of like the battle royale element and like whoever delivers the package gets the cash, it's free enterprise. It's like kind of a satire on gig economy, etc. That was really Joe, and like that really gave the whole thing, flow and like a speed, like a always like a forward moving thrust. And then it was kind of at that point, I think it was just fun for us to just keep creating, stories that rotate in and out of that dynamic.
So I read somewhere doing some research before you came on, that somewhere out there, there might be some pieces of some of the films that you did related to the Space Bastards. Are they still out there?
Uh,
There was like a QR code on the back of
there's
one
a
of the
QR
comics.
code on one of the back of the old issues that takes you to a film that I do still have, but that it's still live. Like if you scan it, it'll take you to that, and it shows some shots from those movies.
Yeah.
I do still have the movies. They're just buried. They're not good. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want them to be out there. It was me learning how to do stuff, and part of that was also like, oh, like this clearly would work or at least be easier to produce as a comic at our size and everything. Though I would love eventually for it to be a TV show or a film. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Really? Okay. So what this sounds like is Alex Ross is doing a documentary,
I saw that.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what this reminds me of. It's like you have this old footage that it's raw. It's just in an early stage. You guys have come a long way. That's what I can see with this stuff. I can see you guys doing the same thing, a documentary on how Space Bastards came about and all that footage and stuff. That
I
would be
have
cool.
I have everything. I've never said this on the you have an exclusive. Here you go. I've never said this on it, but yes, I have it all and I know right where it is. And that's including all the behind the scenes footage, that's including everything. It's all there. It's not digitized, so who knows what, shape it's in now. It's on like mini DV or HD tape and stuff. But like it's good archival footage. In my mind at that age when we were making those movies, of course, in my brain, I see like Sam Raimi stuff. I'm like, this will play, like this will work. And then when you like get a little bit wiser and older, you watch it and you're like, it's like Ed Wood. It's not going to play. I mean,
Oh,
it's not.
man,
It
that's
doesn't
great,
work.
man. Are you kidding me? There's an audience for that too, and
Probably.
There's people who watch Velocipaster. I'm sure they'll watch that.
We would go find like film festivals in Tucson and stuff like that, and people would be into it. I mean, they'd love it, but they'd be laughing at parts that I didn't want them to laugh at, or like, you know what I mean? It's all this stuff where you're just like, you come to terms with it, and you're like, I need to learn more. I'm not. This isn't due to lack of budget,
right.
And I think rushing us, like shooting in places we're not supposed to shoot in, getting out of there before the cops show, all that stuff. It's like, this doesn't play the way I want it to play,
Oh yeah. Oh, but that's so cool. That makes for a good background on the story.
Yeah, it's a cool origin story for what I think became it's the greatest comic I've ever been a part of for sure. I love it, but yeah.
So where is so Space Bastards finds itself where now? What is the trajectory?
That's a good question. So we own it wholly again. We had a publisher for a while.
Oh.
But now it's solely in our hands, and we've been doing a lot of planning this year about what to do next. I don't know if for the people that have read all 4 volumes, they can back me up on this, but the way it kind of ends right now is it has a functional ending, but it's kind of like the end of A New Hope. It's like there's an Empire Strikes Back out there, and then like 12 other sequels, you know what I mean? So
prequels.
Excellent.
Yeah, but all of them good. If I'm going to fix the analogy.
Excellent. Well said. Well said.
But Joe and I have always been working on that stuff and kind of being like, if we could do like more books, what would we want to do? And we see this as like an important character moment. Maybe this other story takes place before that, so we can shove that back a little bit or whatever. Like Joe and I do really well working out of sequence, if that makes sense. So all 4 volumes right now that people can buy at spacebastards.com function as like a complete story. But at the same time, we've been doing a lot of work to be like, okay, well, when the time is right and when the funding's there and when we have a really full plan, volumes 5, 6, 7, 8, you know what I mean? Like we've got stuff we want to do. And the other part of that also is that, we've had such a like kind of when I say Rocky, I don't mean the terrain. I mean like Rocky, the movie Rocky. We've had like a Rocky story kind of behind this thing so far, and so, I mean, in terms of like development and like, like where was this thing going to find its foot or whatever? Oh, cool. We were able to make this happen and blah, 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 and like all of that. So the only thing with us is that like when we do start up again and when things are coming out as a release, we want people to be surprised by the amount of stuff. We want people to be surprised by the quality. And then the other side of that is we don't want to stop. Is like once it's coming out, we don't want to stop until it's done,
Have you ever thought about doing maybe collector's cards?
I have a long list of annoying list for Joe of stuff that I'll say this. I can say this at least is that right now I've got a prototype statue for the characters I've been 3D printing.
Ooh.
So like I've been dabbling in other things that I want to see and all that. Collector cards would be awesome.
Yeah.
They will have to fit into an absurdly long list of stupid, again, stuff I have no business learning everything about that I get myself involved in learning everything about. So,
that would be so cool. I mean, you have a fan base and you've written successfully printed and published, quite the series. I would imagine that there is room for more merch. I believe you guys had done some stuff in the past, and I mean, it's out there and there's a fan base. Do you do conventions? Do you go out?
Yeah, not as many as I should. I used to do a lot more. I used to be really present actually overseas because a lot of our artists on Space Bastards are from overseas. Derek's over here. and a few others are, but I work with a lot of 2000 AD artists, and those guys obviously are all over in the UK. So I'm eager to get back out there. I want to do more shows, and we're kind of strategizing how to handle that.
Okay.
I think we might. Yeah, it'll be pretty good. Is the shirt still on there? I'm sorry. Is the shirt still on the website?
Looks like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants. I wear those. I love them, and I don't think anybody else is really like looking at them. So again, this is what I talk about. Is that like all of those designs on the shirts were things that I was like, I'm going to make Space Bastards like a fashion statement, and so I'm going to learn how to do that and everything. And then some things take off and some things don't.
That's really cool.
I wear it. Joe wears it, but
hey, man, you never know. It takes that one show that you go to or that one event or you're hanging out somewhere and all of a sudden it's like, where am I going? I want that. How can I get that? So, oh man, yeah, it's cool stuff.
I love that stuff, but I've kind of learned over time too, is like I did those. They're not the best quality shirts. Like same thing is like if I'm going to do statues, I research a lot more about doing statues before I'm like, we got statues, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm trying to be a little bit wiser about what merchandise we actually do release, which does end up with a whole lot of, it does, turn into a whole lot of like prototypes in my closet, that kind of.
That one day you could auction off at Sotheby's or Christie's or one of those, prop auction houses. One of for the Space Bastards.
I'm an old man now. I don't know. Space Bastards has been with me since I was like 27, and I'm in my 40s now. Again, it's all embarrassing. It's lovely words that you say, but to any children out there or whatever, I mean, this is an awesome story, but it's also like a quixotic story too, as well. You know what I mean? Like this journey that I'm on. So,
and still on, my friend. You're still continuing this. I do want to mention one thing since you are kind of like a merch guy. I have some T-shirts from like concerts and a couple of like Me TV T-shirts that I've had for like a decade that I just
Me TV.
Yeah, Me TV, believe it or not. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they have licenses for a lot of the shows, and one of them is a Battlestar Galactica T-shirt, and I've beat that up. I've worn it. I wear it a lot. Plus a couple others.
I mean, that's good. That's what you want out of those.
Yeah,
I mean, it probably looks better now than years ago.
Yeah, if I highly recommend anyone that's going to do it, like you were saying, make it a good shirt. The design is going to be the design, and you're gonna sweat over it. But make sure that the quality of that shirt is good, because you want your fans to really appreciate it. Because I get stuff at cons and the shirts are bad, and it's like
shirts are hard. That's the thing. Like that's why I kind of was like, nope, I need to go back to the drawing board with shirts. It's because like there's the quality thing. The other issue is that if you're gonna have physical stock, that's like a whole thing. It's not like, I mean, look, I think the Space Bastards books right now take up maybe 1,200 square feet.
Wow.
But those are books. There's 4 volumes.
Right.
If I'm doing like shirts, I got to take care of small, medium, large, extra large.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? Like it's a totally different game. Yeah. I do have a better hookup now than I did when I made those shirts like 3 years ago or whatever it was. So, I mean, if I ever do go back into the shirt game, we will do it right. We were smart enough now, but it takes, I don't know. It takes, I'm the worst with that. I went to, like I said, I mean, I've got this vocational schooling background. I've got learning on the job kind of ethics. Part of the consequence of that is that if I'm the kind of guy that I go like, Joe, we need shirts. And he goes, no, dude, you don't know how to make shirts. And I go, oh, I'm going to make shirts. And then we end up with a whole bunch of bad shirts. So, there's a good thing and a bad thing from learning by doing, I think.
So where would you want to take Space Bastards? Where would you want to go now at this point, at this junction? What's your vision personally? Like, what's driving, the franchise? What do you think?
We've had to get a lot of marketing things in place. We've had to get a lot of funnels and learn. That's the other thing, is learn marketing and do other things. If there was things that we wanted to kind of handle differently or improve upon, I had to learn how to do that. And so a lot of that has taken place now, but it took a long time. There's been a lot. I guess the easiest way to say it without going down the rabbit hole is that there's been a whole lot of infrastructure stuff. We had a lot of early success with the single issues. of Space Bastards, the hardcovers of Space Bastards. There's been really a desire for it, and I know we did the job in terms of production and quality, and the artist did a phenomenal job. I mean, I'm really, really proud of everything we made. And then we were just kind of like, okay, well, we need to have better methods for this thing gaining enough money to fuel itself and all of that, because production is expensive.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so we've taken a bit of time to install that infrastructure and learn how to do things better. And then that whole time I've been hungry to write more. And so Joe and I have been like working and writing things together and all of that. In terms of, I don't want to speak for him, but if you were to ask me where to go from now, of course I would want a TV show, or of course I would want a film if it was done right and respected the source material. I am really kind of excited potentially about statues or figures or just 3D models and that kind of thing, because that's a cool thing I've gotten into recently. But the biggest thing that tops all of that, and it has been this way for a long time, is just make more stuff. We want more books. I've always been a comic fan. I've been a comic fan for decades. I kind of have a little bit of a not a bone to pick, but it kind of hurts my soul a little bit how much comics relies on other media now to be successful.
Yeah.
And I've always kind of felt like there's been circumstances. There's been things where I've literally like seen how the sausage is made or seen how the numbers are crunched, and it's reliant on things outside of the actual work in printed form. And that's not due to
the product doesn't stand on its own.
Yeah, sometimes and it's easy to sit there and go like, well, the industry and blah, blah, blah. And no, it's the times, and it's the way people consume books differently now.
Yeah.
I do think people read less. I do think people read differently now. Not everybody, but some do.
Yep.
And I'm a big believer in that. I do a lot. I've had the fortune of working with one of my favorite writers. He's not in comics, but working with people that are connected to one of my favorite writers.
Eric, are you a sci-fi fan? Do you consider yourself a science fiction fan?
I am a science fiction fan, yeah.
So do you read sci-fi? Do you watch the sci-fi stuff? Do you keep up with that? Or
not as
what
much
inspires
as I should,
you?
Yeah. My media consumption has changed completely ever since I got involved in making the sausage. I will say that. I was talking with somebody recently where I was like, man, I used to like go to bed and like read a comic every night, and I don't do that anymore. What is my problem? And then I realized I'm like, oh, it's because I'm in a comic factory in my brain all the time now, so it's different. And that doesn't just apply to comics, that's everywhere. But to answer your original question, yeah, I just am a firm believer, and I just want more. I want to make more source material, so what
do you do? Do you actually write? Do you every day? Do you have a journal? Do you actually, go to the computer and write? How do you play that?
It's a source of contention for me in I would say the last 18 months, especially. This is getting deep and personal here. I'm sorry, but normally, yes. And then I've noticed over the last year and a half where I've been kind of lax on some of that stuff. I have stepped up music writing quite a bit, so I always have some sort of creative outlet. But I am eager to get back to I was in a habit for decades of just exercising that comic writing muscle every nightly, Wow. And I'm kind of like, I think I got involved so much in the thinking about the business side and thinking of the infrastructure and all of that stuff that it kind of became a little bit taxing on me creatively. So I'm very much eager now personally to just make that part of my daily regimen,
No, that's I get it totally, because there is a divide between the two. If you're going to actually be, managing, the business side of things, if you're going to be thinking about doing the merch and doing that kind of stuff, it doesn't leave a lot of room and time for the whole creativity aspect of, just having that getting into the mindset and having those couple of hours that you need to be able to sit and then write out what's in your head, versus you're worrying about, well, how are we going to design this?
Like how does this work on a spreadsheet or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes and no from my experience, but I've been kind of through a weird road. Like for me, it's less that, because I found that I've been pretty stable in terms of using one part of my brain during the day versus another part of my brain during my writing hours at night.
Cool. Okay.
For me, it was more of like me getting a really good glimpse inside the industry like I had never had before, and realizing there were some things that I wanted to handle differently. And then that giving me kind of pause, like that making me kind of go like, well, I mean, it was like 15 years of work and writing to get up to this point, so before I write another thing, I kind of want to know what I want to do with it,
Interesting.
So I know that's weird and kind of like obtuse, but that was the biggest thing for me. And I kind of feel like I'm on the other end of that now, where I'm like, no, I've got, I think I have a firm enough grasp of what I want to do and how this would come out, etc. So, yeah.
So when you start getting yourself, or even before, but let's say for now, when you start getting yourself back into the whole creative mode, do you do it with pen and paper, or do you do it on the computer? How does it work for you? Like, what's your style?
You have to stop me because this particular question I have a habit of talking about for an hour, but
that's what this show's about, my friend.
No, I know. Except I can't afford to do that right now. But I can say like, I'm like 80% outline. Like for me, writing is 80% outlining and 20%, 20% actual like scripting.
Okay.
When I sit down to script, I basically want to know everything that happens already, and I have Joe kind of to bounce that to work on that outlining with and everything. But when I actually sit down to script, I want to direct. I don't want to write.
Yay!
So like my back to kind of what we were talking about originally, the film backgrounds and all that stuff. I think that kind of is the source of that. But I'm a huge John Wagner fan.
Okay.
And John is like totally the opposite. He doesn't want to know where his story's going or anything. He wants to write it on the spot, and that's beautiful. I'm jealous of that. But I'm the opposite way. I'm like, I need to know, like a 30-page comic has like a 12-page outline if I'm doing it. And then it's like when I sit down to actually script, I'm just thinking about the shots, and I'm just thinking about talking to the artist, explaining to the artist what to put in it. And then I'm getting up out of my seat and I'm like walking around and pantomiming like the dialogue of the characters, because I kind of know how they all sound in my head. So like I very much am like, do months and months and months of legwork, not on one issue, but of the whole, whatever that next leg of issues is, then sit down and write. And when you're writing, it's super fun because you're just making a movie in your head. You already know the script, all that stuff,
Very cool.
Again, this is another weirdo thing that I'm like, I don't advocate this for anybody, but that's how I do it.
Well, no, that's really cool. So in terms of actually finally getting it down, though, do you work with the computer, or do you actually do it with pen and paper?
No, so the outlining itself is done on Google Docs and emails.
Oh, okay.
And then the actual scripting is done in Final Draft.
Oh, wow. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. There's a really good.
I love Final Draft.
Trying to think of the guy that does it, but there's a really good comic book scripting template for Final Draft that a guy made that's online. And I think it's actually like a Savage Dragon script. And I've used that now since like 2008, maybe even before that,
Oh, no kidding. Oh,
yeah.
That's cool. Well, they hear, you're giving some nuggets out to our fans. Many of our fans that watch Interfleet Broadcasting are writers, some of them professional, some of them on the fan level, and everywhere in between. We have artists and all different types that tune in, and so this is the kind of stuff that everybody loves to hear. So we really appreciate you sharing those insights. So,
thanks. Yeah.
have you been to Dragon Con? Have you been to San Diego Comic Con? What's your experience with the big Comic Cons or the little ones? Do you have any?
Yeah, so I've started branching out more because I want to get into a Comic-Con circuit. I like doing Comic-Cons. People don't believe me because I'm always like stepping up to go outside and smoke like every hour, but I do like Comic-Cons. I just did my 21st exhibiting year at San Diego.
Oh, wow.
Which is insane. Again, like Quixotic journey. It's like not all those years were profitable or anything. I just kind of have like done it because I can't imagine not doing it, But yeah, I've done San Diego for a long time.
Wow. And so who's up next? Do you have another one? Are you going to do San Diego again next year, or?
My favorites are San Diego, New York, I love New York and I miss New York. And then actually, strangely enough, there's a bunch of ones in the UK that I really, really love. Other ones in the US are Baltimore. Baltimore's got a great show. Ontario, California has a great show. There's a whole lot I haven't been to that I need to test and see. And then there's some really, really small, but like eclectic and really like passionate shows that I've done in the UK that are pretty amazing.
Wow.
That I want to get doing, yeah.
So when you say you do the shows, do you go there to do the panels? Do you go there as an artist? Do you go there with you know, the work that you've done? Do you do the Space Bastards? How do you do that?
Typically a booth. I'll like rent a booth and stuff. I wish it'd be amazing to like show up in like be driven there in a car and just go in and do a panel piece. But no, I typically am in there for like days and like doing setup and takedown and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what about panels? I mean, you must have done panels.
No, I've done
What?
What?
hold on, I've done two.
Two?
No, three. I've done 3 panels.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding?
Yeah, I suck at it. I want to do more, but I'm always never thinking about that sort of promotion. I need to get better at it, you know?
Oh man, we need to make sure that at the next con that you're at, that we go down there and we do an interview and we chat. We're gonna rope you into a panel somehow, man. Are you kidding?
I would love it. I did a Hemingway was in my Jesus book as a character, and I did a Hemingway like scholarly panel.
Oh,
And that was amazing.
excellent.
And then because I was like so not fit to be there at all. Like, you know, there's all these other people that have had Hemingway in comics that are like, I guess, I don't know, like mine was a little bit more irreverent and everything. And so it turned into a lot of fun. There was
cool.
a panel I did at the launch of Space Bastards Volume 1 that I did in Ireland, and that was awesome. It was me, Simon Bisley, and Clint Langley, all 3 of us. That was awesome.
Cool.
And then there was a panel that Joe and I did in Ontario. I don't think I'm forgetting any. Yeah.
I can't. I am very, very disappointed in the system out there that, you know, they have not actually appreciated you guys on the level that you're actually flying at. But if we have anything to do with it, we're going to try to help you out as much as we can. And we appreciate you coming on the show. So the website that you guys have is running, and you know, we can get autographed copies
Yeah.
of the books, and I hope that we can try to catch you at one of the shows. I mean, we're on the East Coast and we go to New York Comic Con. San Diego is one that we're trying to actually make it happen. We go to Dragon Con, LA Comic Con. We do a lot of them. So hopefully we're going to cross paths. But who knows? I mean, you know, with a little bit of effort, we could probably make a lot of things happen. But so if we wanted to just order up any of the Space Bastards, we go to where? Where do we go to get stuff?
Spacebastards.com.
Simple enough.
Simple enough. Yeah. We have a bunch of other merch on there as well. That'll be growing soon. I'm a big hardcover guy. I want my audience to be the same way as stubborn as that is. So you can buy all 4 hardcovers there, signed or unsigned on there. But we have like collectible coins. We've got stickers, patches, other stuff as well.
Oh, that is so
and
cool.
And I do think in the coming year, I think there will be I think there will be more merch. I think there'll be more different things and different ways to read the book as well. So,
well, I'll tell you what, Eric. Audiobook. There you go.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Somebody else mentioned this to me actually, like, I don't know, like last month or something. Somebody was bringing it up to me as well, and I haven't really thought as much about it as I should. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do a novel adaptation, we can help you with that. But aside from that, when you're ready, when you have that other merch coming out or whatever it is that you're planning to announce, we'd love to have you back, man. Come back.
I would love it. Thank you so much. It's been really enjoyable.
Hell yeah. This is fantastic. All the insights that you think are just kind of trivial, and well, this is what we love all that.
Yep.
So
Especially the
this,
outlining piece, because that's kind of the way
oh
I
heck
like
yeah.
it. I see the outline, and then in my mind, I see the scenes, and then I can write the scenes out as I have to do the outline. So
For sure. Outlining for me is like troubleshooting stage, which means it's the longest. So
yep.
yeah.
It's like, what? How does this guy know this? Oh,
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah. I'll give you one more tidbit. I'm sorry, I won't.
You're
This will be the
fine.
last one. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
There's another little bit of secret sauce if I'm talking to other.
Oh, damn it. We're on pause. Hang on, give a second. We're on hold. Gotta love Facebook.
Just yeah,
There it goes.
little love.
There it
Come
goes.
on. Here we go.
There
Back.
it goes. Okay, we're back.
Am I
Now,
back? Okay.
Yep.
I'll make it quick. Is we will think we're done. We will have a finished script, which means all the outlining, all the scripting's done or whatever. And then Joe and I will run the exercise of, well, that's cool if that happens. What if that didn't happen? And that it results in a very good book. That's what I would say, is that if you can be like, well, now that that's what I expected or whatever, if you can figure out like that, those key moments where, no, this is where the heist goes wrong, like even more wrong or whatever, it makes a greatly more, I think, exciting.
then I think it would almost make a great discussion / fight between the two of you in regards to
I
some of
don't
it.
ever I don't love doing my job twice. No, I don't. But it does make it better. Yeah.
Very cool. Eric, again, thank you very, very much for coming on. And so we here on IFB, we always tip a hat to the fans. We believe that fans fuel the fleet. And you're one of those guys that are creating and fueling.
Creating fans,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and we're supporting. So again, please come back. Please stay in touch. And looking forward to running into you and having you back on the show.
I would love that. Thanks, guys.
Yep. It's you,
Cheers
sir.
to you, buddy.
Fans
Thank
to
you.
the fleet.
Cheers. Thank you.
Oh man, fantastic. Very cool. That was awesome, man. I was like, wow, all these like, the insider scoops and just how you,
Right.
kind of outlined that was important.
Because
I mean,
that's kind of
every
how
author.
I didn't on purpose, but I start outlining before I start writing.
Yeah, man.
I can't
mean,
write.
Look,
I
we've
can't
had
write something. Yeah.
hundreds of authors have come on, and and we've had all kinds of creative types and all different types that do things, and everybody's kind of different. And Eric's pretty laid back and kind of spoke about it in a different way. I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Looking forward to having him back. And maybe even running into him. Who knows? Maybe we can put together a
definitely
panel
run
and we
into
can have
him
him
at
on.
a con,
That'd be
probably.
really cool. Yeah, imagine that. So,
But
wow.
yeah, it's yeah, I think just the writing process is so different for everybody, but
It is.
it's good to hear the different ways people do it.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's actually a great way to find your own personal style by having people talk about theirs,
Right.
and finding
Yeah,
out that
I mean,
there isn't
there's
one.
there's nothing new. There's
Right.
just going to be something that fits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What works for you may not
Right.
work for somebody else. So
Yeah.
it's good to know what other, like I always say, the tools in the toolbox. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you do it? What can I, maybe that will work for me because I didn't know that was one of the ways of doing it. So
yeah,
yeah, I
thought
I always do
awesome.
outlines, and I always usually bounce my stuff off of you. And he was talking about via Google Docs, and he said, how would he say else?
Google Docs is cool.
Google Docs, and he would bounce it off on. I can't remember what he said. We always I always bounce stuff off of you via text.
I know.
or
sometimes we do IM, and it's the
IM,
worst.
yeah.
It's one of the worst things. We got to figure out a better way because I'll tell you,
I'll find something. I got to write it down, and IM is so easy to find and do it that way.
Hours looking for some of our story stuff, and luckily I have some of it, and some of it I actually captured as pictures, man. So I have other stuff that we work on.
I'll be on a treadmill, and I'm like, oh, I got to write this down.
and
or
I was
gotta
on
do
a
something.
train.
Yeah. I'll be on a treadmill
But
and I'll be like,
so
let me
cool.
record this somehow. I'll talk to it.
So cool.
And of course,
Really,
the
George.
translate button never works correctly. You're like, that's not what I said, you know?
Professor Patton says the diversity of creative people in this realm who have found their way to express that creativity is just astonishing. And 100% agree with you,
Yep.
Professor.
Hey,
And
George in the
it's
house. Zuvalos.
Hey, look, Captain Martin's with us. Wait till you see some of what we've done. So yeah, George Zuvalos, award-winning writer, director, producer, who is the star of The Stranded Warrior, Captain Martin. Thanks for stopping by.
And don't
George, I
forget his
think
movie he's working on, right?
Once a Week for
Once a
Life
Week for
is
Life.
is working. Yeah, it's getting
Yep.
close.
I
Yeah,
can't wait.
feature length. Oh
Can't wait.
yeah. Oh yeah, no kidding. George, you know that we've won a couple more festivals and awards. We won Best Poster, and we're looking to the Triborough Film Festival in Astoria, New York is
Is he
going
coming?
to be. I don't know. I don't know. I hope he comes. I will be there
I
for
might be
the
going.
screening,
I might drive up
and
for that. I know it's
that would be
or
great
fly,
because I
drive up or train up,
get
one of the two. It's in
training, yeah,
January.
because we're going to be doing, there's going to hopefully be a Q&A right after. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that George Zuvalos knows the directors of the film festival
No
personally,
way.
has worked with them.
Cool.
Yeah, so it'll be really cool. So there's a networking party, and then there is the festival, and I believe they're running into
Mm.
another day. They're adding another day, and so there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah,
Thank you
just
for
great to go
dropping
see
in,
some of
George. Appreciate it.
the other shows and see compare, our some of the stuff I've been doing generically for
Yeah,
special
it's.
effects
I mean,
to
we've
some of the
seen
stuff
some.
that's there.
We've been to Awesome Con in DC, right? We
Mm.
go and we've seen some of the stuff, some of the films that are there, like phenomenal. We're waiting for the results. I mean, the Tampa, right?
Oh,
The film
probably won't be till
festival.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get stuff out quick, but
Hmm.
it would be really cool to hear, what's going on with the other film festival that is going on as we speak in Florida. And let's see,
George
it's
says
the
once a week for life is close to picture lock. Ah,
nice
we either have 5
Tampa Bay.
episodes or a full length feature film.
Oh, that is so cool. The Tampa Bay Motion Picture
I
Industry Professionals
wouldn't say
Indie Film
starring.
Festival.
We're in the background there, George.
Yeah. It'll be like minor parts, but
We
very
appreciate
proud
it.
of doing what we did. Yeah, so the festival that we're in down in Tampa, Florida, is going on as we speak, and they are screening our trailer right now, live in
Minute by
Florida.
right now, minute at this
Right
minute.
now, yes, in a minute. Yeah, well, it's
9:30.
over now.
It's
It'll
over
be over
now.
in it, yeah, so at the end of the I guess
People in
by tonight.
Florida have just watched our trailer.
That's right. So, and then we'll know if hopefully we
They're all
we
aghast.
get
The
something out
blood,
of
the
that.
violence.
Yes.
That's not
Uh
your father's Battlestar.
no, it's not. Thank you, George. So, yep, hopefully we'll get some results. Hey, Rob Baum, man, what's up?
I missed. I just looked up. I guess I totally missed. We could have met Robert again at the Philly Card Show, but it was in October, and I totally
Yeah,
missed it. It was the 26th and 27th. It was just
yeah,
recently.
we were decisively engaged. There was something
Yeah,
else going on that day,
I
but there'll
like that
be.
show. It's fun.
That show was great. We had a really good time with the
Yeah.
non-sports card. They treated us very well.
Oh
We got a
yeah.
lot of interviews, so that was cool. And yeah, so we'll find out more about the trailer. We've done really well. We won 5 international film festivals. So around the world, we've won 5 for
Man.
best trailer, which is insane. And then, of course, our poster is also a winner. The official Stranded Warrior poster is one as well. And now we're winding that down, guys. There's only a few more festivals that we're going to hear back from. Hopefully, fingers crossed that those go as well as the others. And then we're going to have the Stranded Warrior, hopefully early spring,
Yeah,
early next year, we're going to have it
I'm
out.
hoping March, April. I'll
Yes.
put it that way.
And that'll
I'm
be
working on
out.
that end of it, and then Chris, I know you're, I don't know if you're listening out there or not, but definitely need some more CG with Chuck. So if you want to, you and Chuck get together. You two are the stars of the show at this point in time. I'm going to need your help in regards to filling in the backgrounds. But it's a great story. I think we have a really good thing. I think we had talked about it. I think we can make if we change Happy to Glad, we can make a regular novel out of it. I wish we owned the IP, but we don't.
No, but the story we do.
The story is amazing.
Story.
I think we really had a good time with the story.
And there's
a lot of that was back and forth on text as well, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of story, there's going to be a little bit more added to it. We're going to give it an extra punch. So, Mr. George Zuvalos, Captain Martin, stay tuned for some voiceover dialogue that needs to be recorded. So we're going to sprinkle that in a little bit, and it's going to, I think,
and not Frackin' Bore Loser, which we're keeping, but it's awesome.
Oh, it is. There's more to it, though. So there's more stuff going on. And then, of course, the Tower Protocol Resurrection is imminently moving to a picture lock as well. And so we are...
That one required less special effects. So we have special effects, but it required less green screen. We learned so much. I'm telling you, we could make a movie about two guys making a fan film.
Of course.
Documentary. That would be fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not documentary, just a story. Just like, you ever watch the show with the guy from Firefly, Trebek, Alan Trebek, the guy who was he flew the ship. I'm horrible with names. Anyways, he did a show called Con Man.
Oh, yeah.
And
John 1 just told you.
Yeah.
Did you hear him?
I know.
Oh, you got his audio on because he just gave you the name.
Okay, because his audio's. You guys can talk behind the scenes behind my back, and I can't hear you.
Tudyk, yes.
Tudyk, yes.
Alan Tudyk, that's right.
So, but Con Man, I think we could do something similar in regards to.
Oh, we can, 100%.
Yeah,
and we should.
I think that would be fun.
Actually, we should.
It could be a comedy. That's for damn sure.
Oh, we should definitely do that. Well, so look, we had Tiny Bean, we had news.
Hang on, keep talking. I'm going to get John on.
Coming on, and John 1 is going to come on, and I help put together the deck. Once the segments are set up, I actually set those up so I can pass them on to our tech director, of course, Tipsy Toaster. So I get to see this stuff. I get to preview it before I get to handle it. And John's got some really cool stuff that we're going to look at. And I want to, we'll get to talk to him a little bit about his choices and what he's seen and what he hasn't. So I'm looking forward. You guys too will get a kick out of it. So this is my chance to thank everybody in advance for watching this and rerun. One of our other shows that we did a few weeks ago has over 5,000 views or plays. So it's really, really cool. Thank you, everybody, for watching IFB. We're not quite done. We had a great guest. And here's John 1. John, thanks for coming on and bookending IFB, the show tonight.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. That's pretty good. I went on the site and I actually ordered a book. I got a nice autograph coming and cool. A couple of cool things, and I'm part of the Galactic Postal Service now. So
I tried to get into the Galactic Postal Service, but it won't send me an email. So I have to get back with him and find out why I'm not getting an email.
I saw it on like a Facebook thing. I'm like, let me take a look at this. I signed on, and like, good deal, $55. I'm like, okay, take my money.
Yeah, it's all good. So John, you got a good selection tonight, which looks really cool. And thank you for getting the guest tonight. That was really cool. Eric Peterson and Space Bastards. You'd mentioned them a while ago, and so thank you for getting them. It was a great guest tonight. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. It's a cool guy. I like to interview.
Any cool people coming up you want to mention?
Yes, we do. We might have. Let's see. We have. Vic Mignola from Star Trek Continues.
I tried to find a picture of him. I was
He's
15 years ago. Holy crap! 15 years ago, I met with him because he was doing Star Trek Continues, and I went to the studio there, and he went to the very first JekyllCon on Jekyll Island, and I met him there, and I took pictures, and I cannot find those damn pictures. So it must have been on an old phone or something. It's never transferred over, but that's cool because he's a great person. Fantastic, and he does a lot of voiceover stuff now. So
he does a lot of TV shows and cartoons.
He's kind of he talked when I talked to him. He was a big in. He talked about how he's got pictures of him playing the Star Trek, Captain Kirk style thing, and it'll be a great interview. I think he's a fun person, and he's got a really good background. I think it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, you watch it on YouTube. I'm watching the shows on YouTube now.
Oh yeah. I've got them.
Yeah. And the fifth, we have Pat Jenkowitz. Pat Jenkowitz, the VX guy, the FX guy, I think.
Oh, no, cool. Oh, wow.
He's coming. And 10th, we have Manny Ioannidis, the guy that was in Penguin. And we have a couple guys coming in.
Yes, Manoli's coming.
We're still going back and forth. So
cool.
Hopefully Dan Curry will be coming on, the guy that made the Batlith from
oh, yes, that's right.
Star Trek.
Yep.
So he's really cool. So we got to do him and a couple other people too. So we're working on him.
Yes, thank you, John. Line them up. We're gonna have great. So yeah, we intend to we've been toying with the idea of publishing all of the guests in advance and lining those up.
Yep.
So stay tuned, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And tonight, John, you have a really cool lineup on to review. So Tipsy, why don't we
time for the news?
We're back, everybody. All right, everybody. First up, Gladiator 2 enters theaters on November 22nd. I guess years after witnessing the death of Maximus, that was in the first Gladiator movie, at the hands of his uncle, Lucius must enter the Colosseum after the emperors of Rome conquers his home, which, I guess that's how they got Gladiator 2.
I saw the previews for this, and the visuals are stunning.
Yeah, they are stunning.
Yeah.
They really
I think it was the same director. Ridley Scott's directing this one too.
Oh my gosh!
So it's still gonna be so good. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
and it's always a good action film. So he always makes good movies. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So that's first, and I hope it's as good as the first one. The song "Popular" has been stuck in my head since I've seen this show, and unfortunately I had to put it in there because I might have to suffer watching it for a date night with the missus. So
I love it.
I gotta suffer. Popular. Oh,
it was good. It was good though.
This is based on the book and the Broadway show, which I avoided so far, but I don't think
just don't go to the website.
That's also on November 22nd. So I know everyone knows the story. Two witches form a friendship, Hepzibah and Wicked East, which is the North, or what her name was, but I just had my wife wake me up in the movie.
Oh.
So
actually, I think you might like this one, John. I think you might actually pay. It's a good story. It's a good fun.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it reminds me of what was the one with Wizard of Oz?
It came out a couple years ago.
Yeah. Somebody will let us know. It's the one where it's Oz. I think it's called Oz.
Was it?
No.
Was it about the Great and Powerful, something like that? Or
Great Powerful Oz, yeah.
Great and Powerful.
It was the backstory behind Oz, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good
the
show.
Wizard came, he got blown over there, and the little teacup girl. Yeah, she was scary. HBO Max will be releasing Dune Prophecy.
Ooh.
It's a sci-fi series based on the novel Sisterhood of Dune. The guy who wrote the same Dune wrote this. It's a prequel to the original Dune. This is the story of the Bene Gesserit. I guess it's the religious order of women.
Yep.
Who help form alliances between the powerful parties, like Atreides or Conan. And they go in there and they influence powerful houses to go what they want to do. Yeah. So it's a compelling TV sci-fi show. The trailers are out. It looks great.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. And that'll be on November 17th. What's that, this Sunday?
Oh, wow.
HBO
That's
Max.
Quick.
Yeah, I was looking forward all year for this. I was like, oh boy, here it comes.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to the next one.
Oh, Silo Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Apple Plus, November 15th.
This is why I own Apple Plus.
Yep. Apple Plus is just coming out with great sci-fi series, and they have more coming out down the road. It's like,
wow.
oh, wow. I'm so
That's-
looking forward to a lot of the series coming out.
Well, I read the books thanks to Tipsy. It's good stuff.
Did you get them
Yeah,
all?
the actors in it and the season is gonna be great.
Did you read them all, Pete? Or listen to them all?
I did. Yes.
Amazing. Got to look to some more of the other Hugh Howey books too, by the way. Yep.
I just finished the season 2 of Silent 2. I had so many between that, Hysteria,
Baz.
Teacup, all the other shows. I'm like, oh man.
I think
Penguin,
Baz
I
might
watched
be a
last
popular. Baz might like Dune. I'm not so sure. I mean,
Maybe a little.
yeah.
And Amazon has released some pictures of its upcoming series, starring Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir. Now that was his,
What?
Spider-Man Ultraverse is a live-action series as he's going to be like the Spider-Man. It looks like it's going to take place in the 30s or 40s, like the old Noir mystery series.
Yeah.
And that's in production now, so it should be coming out sometime next year.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
brand
That's
new
an
news to
Amazon
me. I
series.
didn't know anything
Yep.
about that one.
That looks so cool. I'm like,
Look
oh,
at that
boy.
green screen stuff. There we go.
Ah.
I'm familiar with that.
We know
Lot.
something about that.
Imagine the 1930s.
That's the proper way to do green screen, by the way.
Wow. Oh man.
A little taste of what's to come, guys.
Ooh.
Not too much on it, but they released pictures of it, saying who's in it, and
Who's it?
Nicolas
Ben
Cage
Ben
is
Affleck?
no, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Okay.
He's coming out making a resurgence. So he was in he voiced I think he voiced the Spider-Man Noir in the animated series Batman Beyond. So Spider-Man Beyond the Ultraverse. So they make a live action. Looks pretty cool.
Wow.
So that's something to look forward to. We'll keep you updated when we get more. Well, Mr. Gunn seems to be paying it off for DC. Could this happen? A possible Joker series is also in the works for HBO Max. This would be great, but
Is it going to be
do it right.
musical?
oh no.
Man, I really heard. I haven't seen it, but I heard the last movie was just horrible.
It's very traumatic. I even threw up my whole popcorn. It was that bad. I didn't even get to see the end of it, part of it, and someone had to explain to me the end, and I just like, I want money back.
There hasn't been too many DC comic book movies that are worth the crap.
No,
Oh,
hopefully
It's
now
too bad.
Guns in it, he'll make it better, so he won't just
So this will be a
Like
live
the
action, huh?
live action Joker series. Well, they just did finish the Penguin one. The Penguin was pretty good.
Yeah,
That was
that's right.
really good.
I haven't seen any of that yet. I gotta find that one.
Oh,
we'll get jumping on that. Yeah, we got to watch that, especially since our man Manoli's in it. So we gotta watch that.
and the girl Kristen Minoldi who plays Sophia Falcone, I think they stole that series. She was great.
Oh, really? Okay,
Oh, she was great.
cool.
You'll enjoy it, and she leads up. She might put her in the next movie, the Batman movie coming in next October.
Nice. All right.
So that should be good. And what else? Beginning of stage development, and some more upcoming news. Hail Hydra, the upcoming Avengers: Secret Wars will reportedly feature Chris Evans as Captain Hydra.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Captain Hydra.
Captain Hydra. The Secret Wars will probably clone him or something like that, or say okay.
When I
guess
thought
that
Marvel
makes sense.
could not get any worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought
don't know
DC
about
was
that.
bad, but
that's what they poorly. I don't know. Maybe he's dressed up for it or something, but that Avengers movie looks pretty good. So they're gonna put a lot of money in the Secret Wars because their Kang storyline.
Kang. Yep.
Tanks.
Yeah. No kidding. Oh boy.
And if you remember the Muppets, the Jim Henson Company is developing a live-action adaptation of Grendel.
What?
It's the retelling
I
of
love Jim
Beowulf
Henson shows.
based on Grendel's point of view. So
Oh wow! Now
Yeah.
there's an option.
yeah, so there's a lot of star-studded cast. I think Sam Elliott's in it. Jeff Bridges is in it. A lot of good actors are coming out in this, so it looks pretty good. So Grendel's
Cool.
like, oh, they're gonna,
From the bad guy's point of view.
going from the bad guy's point of view. So that's in development now. They're filming it now. They're making it, and that should be coming out when we hear about it later. Maybe next year we'll have some more information on it. But that's actually coming out this movie, so looks good. And what else? Happy 70th birthday to Godzilla, and the director of Godzilla minus zero just stated that he will be developing another Godzilla movie.
Wow.
Good. I hope he is. And,
Yeah. It was good.
I didn't get the comic, but a live-action movie of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, is in the works as we speak too. This
Oh,
is a
boy.
very popular storyline. It's comic. I mean, it's like in its 4th or 7th printing. You can't even touch the first printing. It's
Wow.
astronomical
Never heard of
price.
it. Yeah.
Oh, The Last Ronin is very popular with comics.
I heard of The Last Ronin,
Comics
but I
with
never heard of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin.
Yeah, and they're going to do the live action one. Hopefully, it's not like the first one. It's actually going to be good. So the storyline's pretty violent and sad. So I'm looking forward to it. And surprise, and Man Cave has come out with something that I've been waiting for a long time.
What's that?
Ta-da!
What?
Flash Gordon.
Number 1, Flash
Ooh.
Gordon.
No way.
Nice.
Yep.
So
Man
that,
Cave.
hang on. Let's get the close up of that.
Man
Boom.
Cave.
Flash Gordon number 1.
Number 1. That's in local comic shops now.
Excellent.
I have to make sure I got to call my comic book company.
Yeah, make sure you get it. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool, man.
But A Mediocre Modeler, I don't know if you're still on there or not, just came out. The next audiobook for Firefly, the series Firefly audiobook is out now. I ordered a pre-order, just got it yesterday. So It is pretty good. I love the Firefly. They write some really. Whoever writes it is good, but whoever performs it is amazing. So I don't think Mediocre Modeler's out there. I don't know, but
Jim McCoy says there was a comic book series, The Cosmic Cube. I think they changed reality to make Captain America a Hydra.
What?
Yeah. Question from
Good
Rob
one.
Baum. Is this set in the 1989 Flash Gordon universe, the old 30s version, or what? Do you
I think
know?
it's the old 30s, isn't it?
I think it's the old 30s, so that's what I'm thinking. Let's take a look.
If it's set in the 80s one, I'm all over it because I really love that show.
Oh, Buck Rogers. Did you
That's
have
a
any
Mediocre
really
Modeler is
good-
still there. Oh, hey, Mediocre.
Yes?
The first page is when he's being tortured, I guess, on the planet. So I really can't tell where it came from. So
Oh.
Flash Gordon's blonde, and there's
Yeah,
no Ming the
that's probably the
Merciless.
30s.
Oh. Man, yeah.
Lola
it
says the
probably-
30s were the best ones. I don't know. I really
Look who-
enjoyed the 89 one.
Look who the secret. Who is that?
What? The Phantom?
The Phantom's in it.
Get the heck out of here.
I just
man.
noticed it. Yeah,
Pete's running down to the store right now already.
the Phantom's in it. He's running.
What?
Yeah,
They got the Phantom in it?
Phantom's in it.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, boy.
Pete's already. He's gonna leave the show right now and head down to the break
I'm
into
waiting to see-
the comic book store and grab it now.
I'm waiting to see if we get any word from the actual film festival. Never mind that.
So yeah, hey, Mediocre. Did you hear me? The new audiobook for Firefly's out. I had it pre-ordered, so I know you like the last ones, and they are amazing. All of them are really good. So,
Hey, Baz wants to know if we ever seen The Quiet Earth.
all right, I gotta look that one up. Hang on.
That doesn't sound like 30s the best. You know, I did watch a lot of the 30s Flash Gordon. They were on like late at night, and I would actually stay up and watch some of those. This is a long time ago though. The Quiet Earth. I don't know,
It's
man.
85?
It doesn't ring a bell. Quiet
This
Earth.
looks interesting. Oh, sorry, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Hang on.
No, you pulling it up?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm curious now. Is this something that
Wait.
you know, I don't know. Ooh.
I like it already. It's a guy with a shotgun wearing a dress. We're good.
There you go, Baz. There you go. You got
That is
another.
definitely all Australian there, buddy.
Oh yeah, there you go. We'll be watching that, and we're gonna have a whole. No, that's Silo. Wow. look at
Yeah,
that.
it's
So, yeah.
Bring back
advertising.
B movie.
Is there
review
like
that
a
one.
holy crap? Is that a mannequin?
A
Oh my
mannequin.
gosh! I gotta
All
watch
right.
this one.
You guys are gonna be
Oh,
talking
look
about
at that
this,
Uzi!
that's for
Oh my
sure.
gosh!
Thanks, Baz.
Wow.
Ooh,
What
there's a
the
visual I
hell?
didn't need.
Yeah. Okay. That cannot be unseen. All right. Well, all right. You
It's
can
got to be an
actually get
Australian
off of
movie.
that.
Look,
Yeah.
it's a Ute.
And
Oh, yeah.
that's good enough. All right. Don't give the whole thing away, man. We got to leave
It's
some
on
for.
IMDb.
All
You're
right.
gonna have to watch
So,
it though.
all right.
1985.
New Zealand production,
Yep.
actually. All right. Cool.
Same
All
thing.
right.
Awesome.
Australia,
Good stuff.
New Zealand, same thing.
Oh.
Hey, listen, we have
Baz is
fans
going to
in
be
both
outside
places,
my
all right?
house
Just take it
shanking me
easy,
in a little
will you?
bit. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, guys, it's just about that time. Thank
Is
you,
it?
everybody.
God damn.
Yep. John,
Wow.
thank you
Got all the
very
fun out of
much
it.
for doing what you do.
Thank you.
Eric Peterson and Space Bastards. Great guest. It was a lot of fun hearing all of his insights. Tiny Bean Tara was on, telling us all great stuff that she's been looking at. And then, of course, your segment as well, on top of everything else. So not only your production coordinator here and associate producer on IFB, you also have your segment that you do with us, John. Thank you very much. Tipsy Toaster, as usual, tech director. Thank you very much for making this whole thing happen. Thank you
Pushing
very
your
much.
buttons. I mean, the buttons.
Yep. Listen, thanks everybody, everyone involved in the Stranded Warrior. Congratulations for our last, another 2 wins.
We're
And
desperately waiting to see how we do in the what is it?
the Tampa.
Tampa?
TB.
Was it Tampa
Oops,
Bay
I said
film?
that.
film
I mean, Tampa Bay.
It's the Tampa Bay Motion Picture Industry Professional Indie Film Festival.
IFF.
It didn't help you, so I don't know why you're doing it. But anyway, hopefully we've done well.
You'd win an award for saying that right.
That's right.
And there's going to be there's some other projects in the wings. XG3 Film Productions, in association with Tipsy Toaster Productions, is working on a couple of other projects as well. So stay tuned for that. And hope to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in. So hope to see you at our next show. Make sure you click that button, subscribe.
Just subscribe. Last save round here for those people in the military, I guess. The last save round is don't forget, you have the last opportunity to get your signed Jack Stauffer autograph pictures.
Yep, that's right.
It is on our site. We're going to do a quick spiel tomorrow to get some more people on there. This helps Jack. This does not help us at all. We do not make any money on this, but we feel that the fans do need to go out and support, as well as the fans may want something to remember one of the greater people that were on the show. So
that's right.
Head out there. You'll see the form on our website. We'll be doing a quick infomercial. Hopefully we get some more people to sign up. But hopefully Jack's out there. He's going to do this for us one last time.
Yep.
So don't forget that.
There's an attempt to get everybody from the 1978 Battlestar Galactica at a convention next year. To the best of our knowledge, we've been speaking with Jack personally on the phone, and Jack unfortunately feels that he is not capable of going. He's aware of the convention, but he doesn't think that he's in the shape to be able to go. So this is really the last time that you'll be able to get a personalized autograph on 8x10s that he's providing, that are left over from his convention circuit. So please,
the actual pictures.
The actual pictures. So please, if you're interested at all, let's show Jack some love. Please sign up, and we're going to get those out once we close the campaign.
And I think it closes on the 20th, if I remember correctly. So
on the 20th. So you have a few days from now, right? Just about a week. So let's try to do that. All right, guys. Keep the faith. You guys are the great. Thank you so much.
We're moving out of broadcast range. So thanks. Here's to you, the fans. Do fuel the fleet.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Thank you.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh,
It's
there it
not
is.
working. There it is.
Now it is.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a reason to drink some more anyways.
Yeah, of course.